He's got patrol. Welcome to North St. Paul High, home to the Polars tonight. The Mustangs from Mounds are in town to take on your North St. Paul Polars. Alongside John Miller, I'm Jeff Brand. Glad to have you with us.
Yeah, it should be a great matchup tonight. The Polars are undefeated, looking to stay that way, so we'll see if they can keep it going.
As we take a look at the Suburban East standings thus far, you can see Mounds 0-2 in the conference, John, but 8-5 overall, which is tied with Eastridge at the top.
Yeah, 0-2 overall in conference. Their two losses were actually to Eastridge and Stillwater, both at the top. You know, Stillwater's 8-2, Eastridge is 8-5. But Mounds even though they're at the bottom of the conference standing, they're 8-5. They've beaten some good teams this year, so look for them to bounce back, I think, in the Suburban East Conference.
Take a look at the Metro East standings, where the Polars play out of, and 2-0 thus far in the conference, 10-0 overall, just trailed the Pioneers.
Yeah, nothing's changed since the last week when we broadcasted North St. Paul's last game. But as you can see, Hill Murray, they've played more games. You know, they played in a tournament that they won, so they played more games than North St. Paul, and that's really why their record is better. Likely look to have the same conference record here, but they'll play tomorrow actually. So we'll see who will take over at the top.
As we take a look at the bracket from last season in the 2016 for AAA, you could see Roseville and Stillwater eventually met in the finals.
Yeah, North St. Paul lost to Stillwater in the semifinals. You know, so they're a team that has never made the state tournament. So look for them to try to actually do that this year.
And we talked about last week some of the key players to keep an eye on for the Polars. Number 5, Selena Rodriguez, and then again, number 13, Lauren Stenman.
Yeah, Selena Rodriguez, you know, she's only 5'7", junior, but she is great at getting excellent kills that from any part of the court. As long as she's got that timing down, she should be fine. And Stenman just uses that tall frame, only listed at 5'8", more like 6 feet tall. She's great stopgap up the net, and as well, she has some outstanding kills throughout the year.
Take a look at the Mustangs. I had an opportunity to talk to head coach Tom Waco prior to tonight's match. He touched on number 3 and number 9, Reynolds and Fullerton.
Yeah, Reynolds sitting at 5'11", you know, dominating the middle hitter, dominating up front and in the middle. But let's get this game underway.
And that we are underway. The Mustangs strike first here, and a nice tip at the line, and now slammed back into the corner. And tipped into the corner, and the Polars are first to jump on the board. A nice job by number 10, Franco, putting it where the defense was not.
Yeah, we really saw Yiza Franco come into her own last week against Roseville, doing that same exact thing. Great touch to put it over the net.
As the Mustangs play it up. Nice set, a back set there. The left hand makes it over, and now the Polars look to strike. A good block at the tape. Whistled in play, looked like maybe a net violation.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one, Jeb. The net's still shaking, so somebody hit it up there for Mounds View.
So the Polars jump out to an early 2-0 lead as the serve's over. Again played up for Rita, and again the net was touched, and so right away head coach Tom Waco's Mustangs fall to an early 3-0 deficit.
Yeah, early mistakes is not how you like to start the game. They need to clean it up.
Libero plays it up. Horita the set, slammed down by Reynolds, but the Polars defense was right there to shut the door.
Yeah, the Polars, you know, they're not the biggest team around, but they definitely put up some good defense up front.
4-0 now as Sandifer sends it over. Again, the Libero plays it up. Horita this time taps it over. Sandifer the set, far side, Stenman. And it's tipped at the line, bounced around, and again, Franco is there in the middle. to clean it up for the Polars.
Yeah, Yaiza Franco, the middle hitter, 5'11", just a sophomore. This is a very young Polar team, but once you get Franco and Stenman going, this is going to be dangerous for North.
Horita back set, libero tips it over. Stenman plays it up. Santa for the back set for Rodriguez, and she jumps on the board with her first kill tonight.
Yeah, you'll see Rodriguez, you know, she knows she kind of hit that one, mistimed it. Luckily, she slammed it so hard it went over the net, just tipped into where the defense wasn't. Pretty lucky she knew it, but they'll take it up 6-0.
And head coach Tom Waco calls the timeout early on here, tries to settle down his Mustangs. We take a look at the QRF rankings here thus far, just updated as of yesterday, and you could see the Wildcats from Egan sit across the top at an impressive 148.2.
Yeah, you see Stillwater sitting at number 6, North St. Paul sitting at number 10, but these QRF rankings, they really determine where teams will be seated during the section tournament. You know, nobody really knows what goes into the rankings except the website that makes the QRF. But North St. Paul's looking good, sitting behind some very good teams.
And it doesn't list it on our graphic there, but the Mustangs here from Mounds View are on the QRF rankings at 25. So back in action here now against Stenman with the tip at the line. The Mustangs now send one over. Sandifer plays it up. Rodriguez a back set, and the libero able to play it over for the Polars. This time tipped around, but not enough. And the Polars out to an early 7-0 lead here in match number 1.
Yeah, Charisma Her once again just doing all the little things, getting the ball over the net on the last hit, you know, towards the back of the court. She was all over the place against Roseville. Absolutely outstanding player.
This time tipped all the way back. Her plays it up. Sandifer the tip. And Stenman able to get on the board with a kill. And so the first one tonight for Lauren Stenman. And it's now 8-0 North St. Paul.
Look at how much authority that had. I would not want to be in the way of that, Jeb.
Sandifer with a punishing serve, and it's going to drop for an ace. And again, Waco has to go to his bench early as he'll call on sophomore Mackenzie Galvin comes into play.
Yeah, 9-0 lead now. They're already getting substitutions, trying to get something going here because they cannot stop the Polars right now.
And now played up again. Horita the far set, slammed down, and this time the Mustangs able to get on the board. And a kill by Sydney Abbott, the senior outside hitter.
Yeah, this is a very senior-laden team Mounds View has compared to North St. Paul. North St. Paul's littered with a bunch of juniors and sophomores with only 2 seniors on the team.
And so now the primary setter, Horita, comes back to serve. A good one at that. Rodriguez plays it up. Sandifer off the net, and Her able to play it over, and it drops in. Nicely placed by Charisma Her.
Yeah, nice job there to just keep that one alive by Sandifer.
That's a bit deflating, John. That was a nice serve by Horita. Rodriguez was able to play it over.
Looks like Rodriguez just hits that one with a little too much strength. We saw that a lot against Roseville. She doesn't know her own strength sometimes. And I think sometimes it's because she's trying to get it over the net that much because of her size.
So an 8-point lead for the Polars here, halfway through set number 1. And a nice serve there. Rodriguez plays it off to the side, and it'll drop in for an impressive point for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Emma Elms just with a great serve right there. Fantastic. She put that one right between the 2 players sitting on the far side of the court.
Now Elms again sends one over. This one's got a little too much steam on it. It flies out of play. And so the Polars will regain the serve.
I think she worried a little too much about dribbling the ball before she served it, to tell you the truth.
Now Her sends one far side. This one sails just out of play as well. And my partner, Johnny Miller, helps throw the old ball back into play, and the libero for the Mustangs, Vo, sends it over. Rodriguez plays it up. Set, and the spike tipped at the line. Sandifer this time tips it over, tried to catch the Mustangs off guard. Nice diving play by Rodriguez, but unable to keep the ball alive, and so the Mustangs pick up the point.
Hey, nice job by Mounds View, slowly coming back. You know, they were down 9-0. It's 11-5 now, so they got the serve.
Vo sends one over. Rodriguez plays it up. Sandifer the set. Stenman forced to just play it over. Back set now. Mustangs send one, and that one goes out deep out of the backcourt.
Yeah, Thompson just crushing that ball out of bounds. You know, fortunately, if she just had a little more angle downward, nobody was going to be able to touch that one.
And now Stenman back to serve, and slightly off the hand there. It catches the netting, and just like that, the Mustangs pick up the serve.
You could tell totally different vibes now between these two teams. Mounds View seems really amped up, ready to go, ready to tie this game up. North is kind of tightened up a little bit.
Now Brooks sends one off of the net, and so again, a little bit of slow to go here as both teams having trouble getting their serves over the net.
Yeah, probably just a little pregame jitters, you know, just trying to hit it too hard.
And now sent over, and this time Vo has trouble with it. Good hustle that time by Els Brooks, but Elise Brooks with the diving play, but unable to keep it in play.
Yeah, nice strong serve by the freshman, Jenna Rebelke. She's very impressive for how young she is.
And again, Rebelke drops one right in front of Elms. And now a 15-6 lead for the Polars.
Yeah, her sister was on the team last year. Both of them actually play basketball.
This time, hammered down just inside the tape. Her is able to keep it alive. Rodriguez sends one that Vo plays. Now tipped around, and that hits the back of Zakruski and drops in for a Mounds View point.
Yeah, it looked like Zakruski just went off her fingers just a little bit the wrong way, and there you go. Hits off the back of the ponytail, down it goes.
15-7 now, the Polars with the lead. The Mustangs regain the serve as Denny is back to serve for the Mustangs. Kerr plays it up. Stenman the far set and slammed down nicely. And it looks like the net violation again by the Mustangs will cost them the point.
Wow, the ball was spiked towards the middle of the court. That's a mistake you really can't have, Jeff. That just gave an easy point to North High School. You know, Rodriguez slammed that one down home. The Mounds View player, you know, saved it, and they were about to hit it back over the net, but inexcusable error right there.
16-7 now, sent over. It's played up front. Horita sets. And the Polars able to keep it alive. Bounced around now. And Zakruski keeps it alive. Stenman sends it into the middle. Horita far set. Slammed down that time by Abbott. And a good one at that for Mounds View.
Looks like there was a net penalty there for North this time. So these girls getting a little close to the net. That's something we didn't really see any penalties committed against the North Roseville game. So a lot of mistakes early by both teams.
Fullerton this time nearly takes out her own player as Sydney Abbott ducks the oncoming serve. And again, it's a North St. Paul point. They now lead at 17-8 here late in game number one.
Yeah, North just making this look easy right now. They're barely breaking a sweat.
Sent over there. Now a quick set. It's recovered by the Polars. Stenman comes with the hammer. And nothing the Mustangs could do that time.
I took the words right out of my mouth, Jeb. That's just absolute. The force behind that hit is impressive.
She certainly does get all of her leverage into it. And with her size, it's challenging for any defenders to really come up. The Polars able to tip it at the tape. Her the back set. Rodriguez far side. And this time a beautiful redirect by Franco. Nothing the Mustangs were able to do on that one yet again.
Yeah, Yaza Franco continues to impress, knowing exactly what to do with the ball when she gets a hit at her right in front of the net. And she just laid that one for an easy point.
Horita now far set. And the Polars there with an impressive block. Sydney Abbott threw it everything she had at it. The two Polar players were there.
Franco once again just getting the block, being in the right place at the right time, knowing exactly what she needs to do.
Sandifer catches the top of the tape. So it ends a 3-0 run. 20-9 now. North St. Paul leads. Again, late here in set number one as Ellie Horita goes back to serve for Mounds View. Rebelke plays it. Sandifer the set. Franco slams one home. Moundsview able to play it. Arita sends it over. Now her sets. And that one is beautifully placed. Again, Stenman hammers one in for another North St. Paul point.
I tell you what, Harita lost her team a point right there because North St. Paul had a kill about 2 hits before that Harita should have just let go out of bounds, and unfortunately she hit it right next to the line when it was good 3 feet still up in the air.
Now Sandifer sets, and again slammed home, and Stenman starting to add up the kills here early in set number 1.
Yeah, 5 kills now for Stenman. She's just putting on a clinic here in the early going.
Sent over by Rodriguez. Orita the back set. Rodriguez plays it up. Sandifer far set again. Stenman. Moundsview has to come up with an answer as Lauren Stenman continues to add up and tally up the kills.
Yeah, that's number 6 now. I mean, back-to-back kills, and she's just looking so impressive right now. She's got it going. And Rodriguez with another hit into the net. That's the second one she's actually had. You know, she led the team in aces against Roseville last Tuesday. Right now, not starting off too great.
Nearly took out Franco in the back of the head. It's a Moundsview point. 23-10 as the Mustangs' Emma Elms goes back to serve. She sends a good one over. Sandifer the back set. Franco, and that time Moundsview able to come up with a big block to keep this one alive.
Yeah, one of the few that they've had here in the first set, you know, but this North St. Paul team, they're playing so good right now. I think they're gonna win this one here in the next couple seconds.
Elm sends another one over. Her plays it up, and it's out of the reach of Kang that time. And so another point for the Mustangs.
Rare mistake there by Charisma Her. She's usually so good at doing all the little things right.
Elms now again catches the tape. It goes over. Sandifer the back set for Rodriguez. Vo is there as Horita sends it to the back corner. A diving play by Rodriguez to keep it alive. A nice job by the Polars. And then a block at the tape by Stenman. And Moundsview sends it over. Sandifer the back set. Kang, and it's blocked at the tape. Now far set for Stenman, and again it's tipped down. A diving Mustang player in Vo, but again no answer for Lauren Stenman as she comes up with the big kill.
Wow, that was so impressive. Not Stenman's kill, that's always impressive. 7 now for her, but the volley that North had just to keep keep the ball going. We got a hurt player here, but that was so impressive.
We've got a player down. I didn't see what happened on the replay. It looks like may have rolled the left ankle as the athletic trainer is out there right now.
Yeah, it looks like she already had that ankle, you know, taped up a little bit maybe. That is Reagan Denny, the junior.
Well, it looks like Olivia Thompson.
Excuse me,
actually.
I'm sorry.
And I think she rolled that ankle, unable to really put any pressure on it. We'll see if we can get a look here. Oh yeah, looks like she may have came down on her teammate's foot. Actually, John, from experience, I can tell you that does not feel well. I broke a bone in my foot about 7 years ago playing volleyball in the same exact scenario.
Oh, geez, so you'd know better than anyone, but I think we've all been there landing on a teammate's foot playing a sport.
Yeah, and like you said, it is already taped up there, so hopefully just a little bit of a roll. Hopefully no breaks or major sprains. Now let's take a look at the 4 AAA standings. And again, the QRF has Stillwater here sitting atop the leaderboard.
Yeah, you see Stillwater right there, but North St. Paul ranked number 10 right behind them. Moundsview right behind North St. Paul. So if Moundsview can win tonight, they can make a big jump. But if North wins, they're going to further separate themselves from the field and maybe almost get past, get a little closer to Stillwater.
We'll take a look at some of our other schools that we cover here at SCC. The Titans coming in at 38th. And then the Bears all the way down at 61st.
Yeah, you know, a lot of good teams, you know, just throughout this. Very tough conferences. 4-3A is very good.
So 24-12 match point here for the Polars. It's sent over. And the quick set and a nice kill there. Heads up play that time by the setter Horita on the quick set, and right away Reynolds was there to slam her home.
Yeah, Reynolds doing her own version of the Stenman right there. That was filthy.
Alvo to serve. Her plays it up. Sanda for the back set. Stenman, this time they have an answer for momentarily. This over as Vo plays it up. Tipped around at the tape, and the Mustangs are going to drop set number 1 as that one drops in after 3 hits. The final here after set 1, North St. Paul 25, the Mustangs 13.
Yeah, Stenman leading the way for the Polars. 7 kills in that first set. Rodriguez with 2, surprisingly. She's, I think, the leader of kills on the team. Only 1 kill for Mounds View across the whole team, and that's number 16, Mackenzie Galvin. But we did just see one of the other players get one.
Yeah, Serena Reynolds was able to get on the board there late. One of the players that head coach Tom Waco informed us to keep an eye on. So we'll see if the Mustangs can put a few things together, maybe switch up the game plan slightly for set number 2.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to do something. Losing a big body like Olivia Thompson, 5'11" senior, losing somebody of that size up front against a team that loves to just get kills, not having somebody that big up there to block it, that's potentially, gonna make it even worse.
Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Polars. A huge game tomorrow night as the 2 that sit atop the Metro East will face off tomorrow night over in Maplewood.
Yeah, we've watched Hill Murray. We've watched this North team. I really couldn't tell you who's going to win. Claire Westby for Hill Murray is one of the best players in the state. Just look at the stats. She doesn't look like she would be that great at volleyball, but she can absolutely kill it with anybody else in the state.
And then they'll stay home here for the next 3 as they'll take on Hastings and then the Titans and then the Trojans from Wyzetta before finishing out the year. A couple on the road and then home here against the Zephyrs. For the Mustangs, as they will take on the Roseville Raiders, who we've seen last week.
Yeah, Roseville, they didn't look too great. They got absolutely manhandled or woman-handled by North St. Paul. Now they go on to take Parker Cottage Grove, a decent, or not that great of a team in White Bear Lake. This team has a lot of winnable games. A lot of these are bottom feeder teams here. So they could make a little run and maybe even catch up to them in the standings if they make this one a ball game here.
And there's the first-year head coach, at least the back of her, for the Polars, and that's head coach Stephanie Blanda.
Yeah, Stephanie Blanda just doing a heck of a job. 10-0. How does it get any better than that? I don't think any more needs to be said, besides the fact that she's doing a heck of a job. And, the players look like they respect her a lot. She has control of this team.
And for the Mustangs, it's head coach Tom Waco that runs the show for Mounds View.
Yeah, Mounds View, they're not having too bad of a year, 8-5. They've lost to the 2 best teams in their conference. Nothing to get their heads down about. But, some of the other teams they've lost to, Stillwater, or Rogers. I'm not sure how good Rogers is. They lost to Stillwater twice, actually. So they've only lost to really the best teams in their conference.
And you take a look at Rodriguez, Stenman, and Franco. That were really the 3 big pieces to the success of set number 1. But, John, I like the fact that you touched on only 2 seniors for the Polars, which means not only are they pretty impressive here this year, but we got another couple of years of some impressive volleyball ahead of us.
Oh, yeah, you said it best, Jeb. And we were talking about Franco, Rodriguez, and Stedman. That's their own version of Hydro over there, the 3-headed beast. Cut one head off, and there's another North St. Paul player that's right there to step up. Zakruski's outstanding. Sandifer has some great hits. This team is so deep, and they're all so young. This team will be good for years.
As we get underway, set number 2, and just like that, right off the bat, kind of a similar set that we've seen by Horita for the Mustangs. It's the quick set, and it ends up being a quick North St. Paul Polar point.
Yeah, once again, Franco getting the point.
Sandifer sends it over. The Mustangs look to attack, tipped around, Her plays it up, Sandifer the back set for Rodriguez, and mistimed the jump slightly, catches the top of the tape.
Yeah, Rodriguez, we're sorry, Jeb, but Rodriguez is such a good player. It's just her size really inhibits her from being as good as she really could be if she was just a couple inches bigger, because she's got to perfectly time those kills. And if she doesn't, we've seen it a few times here tonight, it'll go straight in the net.
And so the Mustangs, Brooks will serve. She sends a good one back, catches Rodriguez a bit, but Her with the hit, and that one is going to catch the netting. And so Mounds View with their first lead here tonight, although it'll be a small one and an early one. It's a 2-1 lead to start.
Yeah, Her with a rare mistake. She kind of nonchalant to that one, thinking it was going to be an easy hit over the net. I think she was a little farther away than she thought.
Now a huge, nice ace there by Brooks, as Her was unable to come up with the pass.
Yeah, Brooks, she's definitely, or Almus over there, she's been outstanding serving the ball today.
And so Her this time, Sandifer the far set, Stenman tips it over. They're able to keep it alive, and then this time it looks like Moundsview was unable to get her over there.
Yeah, Mackenzie Galvin just looked like she didn't really know how to hit that ball. It's such a weird angle for her that it just hit right back into the net.
This time Rodriguez with an impressive serve and ends up dropping in for an ace for the Polars. We are all tied at 3.
Yeah, Rodriguez's first ace of the night. I'll expect to see a few more here as the game keeps going.
That time a little too much steam as it flies out of the back of the court. And so a little bit of a slow start here compared to set number 1. 4-3 Moundsview with the lead. And Sandifer sets for Stenman, and that time again slightly mistimed. And that one sails deep and out of play.
Yeah, as you were saying, Jeff, it does definitely look like North is starting a little slower, a little sloppier here to start this one. You know, Her and Stenman with some bad hits, and Rodriguez hitting it into the net.
Stenman again this time, a couple of Mustangs able to get a hand on it. Franco tips it at the line. Sandifer the back set for Rodriguez, and Vol plays it for the Mustangs. Now again tipped around at the line, Franco, and Her bounces it to the back. For Rita the far set, and I think she caught both of her teammates a bit off guard there, as just out of the reach of Jade Fullerton.
Yeah, it looked like that was more of just a little more of a line drive set. Needed to get a little more air on it, set her teammate up.
Her plays it now over for the Polars as it's tipped around. Sandifer plays it up. Far set, this time King. And again, the right side having a tough time getting that ball to drop in, as this is the third one that's flown out of play from that right side.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that side. They're just crushing the ball. Maybe feel like they haven't hit it a little too hard, not getting enough angle, getting the right plane on those hits.
This one sent over. Her plays it up. Sandifer the set. And Kang slams her home. Angel Kang with her first kill tonight.
Yeah, Kang, you know, she didn't start against Roseville. We didn't really know. We didn't see too much of her, but she came out here starting, so the coach definitely must have liked, Coach Blano must have liked something she saw in practice.
Stenman sends it over for the Polars. Horita the far set. Kang's there to play it up. Tipped over with the left hand by Franco. And now a nice little play by Horita as Ellie Horita finds a soft spot in the Polar defense, and it's good for a Mustang point.
Yeah, the senior with just a little gentle tap. Not doing too much, just putting it where the defense was. An easy point, up by 2 now, biggest lead of the game.
This one sent over, and Her plays it. Stenman chases her down. A tough play, but a nice job by Rodriguez to get her over. And now up at the line, and the Polars go up for it. It looks like Fullerton ends up. Nope, it was a Polar point. So Rebelke will come in to serve for North St. Paul.
Italia Martinez with a nice block on that one.
Tipped around that time, ready for it, as Martinez does a nice job of realizing Horita with the tip there and is able to get a hand on it.
Yeah, tied up now. I expected the Polars to come back. They start off slow. Let's see if they can get something going.
Horita back set, sent over and deep, and that one sails just over the line. And the Polars now.
Yeah, nice job by Rubelke, seeing where that ball was and where she was on the court and just letting that one go. The freshman with some smarts.
This time a punishing serve as she catches Elise Brooks off guard slightly.
Yeah, splitting the uprights of the two defenders. Nice serve right there, knowing where to put that. They're kind of bunched up in the back there.
Far side, and again, catches Abbott this time slightly off guard. That ball had a little bit of knuckle on it.
Yeah, Rubelke, you know, 5'2" freshman. She also played for the varsity basketball this year. Very impressive athlete.
This time at the line, and the Polars are there to shut them down. And again, Martinez with a big block. Between Martinez and Brooks, the Polars have been real solid at that front line.
Yeah, they have a very solid front line, even with Stenman up there. But now the Polars are going. This is not what you want if you're Moundsview.
Back hit. Rubelke and her crash into each other, but it lines up for a Rodriguez kill, and only her second kill of the night, but it's good timing as it's now third kill, 12-7. The Polars lead it.
Yeah, Rodriguez hit just splitting the arms of the defender and falling right through.
And the Mustangs having a little bit of trouble here with the Rubelke serve. It leads to another Polar point, and just like that, they've doubled them up, and they force head coach Tom Waco to call a timeout.
The Polars are on an 8-0 run. You know, like we said, they look sloppy. It wasn't going to last forever, Jeb. Like when we watched them play Roseville, which was one of the first games we called for North this year. One of the first games we called against North this year. They didn't look like, you know, none of their players really stood out. They just did such good things as a team. They did all the little things right, and that's what we're seeing right now. And they have a lot of people going. You know, Martinez, Franco, Stenman, they're all on fire. It's impressive.
Yeah, folks, we want to remind you that we're always looking for good, solid volunteers to come help out and join our SEC family.
Yeah, you know, we're always looking for volunteers here, whether you're a friend or family, whether you want to, you know, just even get, you know, some college experience learning how to rig a camera. I can tell you the truth, I'm in a college camera class right now, and these guys are better than you know, a lot of the people going for their degree. So come and get some real world experience out here. Just contact Arlen Becker. His information's listed on the screen.
Arlen at scctv.org, or you can contact him via telephone at 651-747-3821. 13-7 as Rubelke picks up where she leads off. And this time, just a bit of a mishit by Fullerton for the Mustangs. Two Polars were there to shut the door. Again, Martinez in on the block.
Where did this Tally Martinez come from? She's stepping up today for the Polars.
A nice run by Rubelke ends up coming to an end momentarily as she catches the tape. But not before they rattle off enough for a 14-8 lead here now, halfway through set number 2.
Yeah, Rubelke with 4 kills already.
Rubelke plays it up, Stenman the set, and it's tapped into the middle of the court. And now looks like a violation on the Mustangs will lead to a North St. Paul point, and it'll bring Tally Martinez back to serve for the Polars.
That was 4 aces for Rubelke, excuse me.
Tapped over by Horita, nice job by Martinez covering, and it leads to another Rodriguez kill as the Mustangs are there, but they just can't keep up with the velocity of that kill.
Yeah, it's the same player, Serena Reynolds, just having trouble for Moundsview corralling that Rodriguez, blocking her, even just hitting it back across the net.
Polars do a beautiful job of keeping it alive on, again, another Horita slip in, if you will, as Martinez sets far side hit, and this one sails out of the back, that time for the Polars.
Yeah, great dig, though, by Rubelke in order to keep that one going. Unfortunately, number 15 right there doesn't get the point.
16-9 as Ellie Horita will serve for the Mustangs. Rubelke plays it up. Stenman the set, and it's slammed home by, I believe, Rodriguez. Regardless, it's a North St. Paul point.
Yeah, Rodriguez, continually to wreak havoc over there at those hard spikes, just trying to save it there. Mounds View did.
This time, Stenman drops it in. And what started out as an impressive start for the Mustangs now has them down 18-9.
Yeah, Stenman's first kill of this second set.
Or Rita the back set. It's sent down the line, but out of play. And now a 10-point lead for the Polars.
Yeah, the Polars are really starting to run away. They're just looking too good. This team, I'm excited to see where they can go this year.
Rita runs to keep it in play, and this time a nice cross hit there. Impressive. I think Mackenzie Galvin even impressed with where that one dropped in. Is beautifully placed right inside the line.
Yeah, finally just getting one to go Mounds View's way. They've had a lot of balls just near the line today, and Galvin finally gets that one to go in.
Now back to serve as Rebelke plays it up. Stenman far set. Rodriguez tries to go down the line, and that one just out of play, and so Mounds View picks up the point. Emma Elms is back to serve.
Yeah, Elms is great at serving. She knows where to put the ball.
This one with some steam on it. Rodriguez plays it. Now Rebelke from the backside, and that time I think caught the Mustangs off balance a bit as Angel Vo unable to keep up with the Rebelke back hit.
I'm telling you, Rebelke has been on it today. She knows exactly where to put that ball.
This time a nice job by Vo with the one-hander as Sandifer goes down to keep it alive. And a little miscommunication that time, I believe, between Kang and Franco, as it drops in for the Mounds View point.
Yeah, one of the rare little miscommunications we've seen here from North. Normally they're so good at just vibing off each other and who's going to get the ball.
Sandifer sets for Kang as Kang, that one slides off her fingers. Mounds View's able to keep it alive. And then Franco slams one home. Beautiful job by Horita, more or less protecting herself. Back set for Rodriguez, and again Horita with a nice job keeping it alive. Sandifer again, Rodriguez from the back. It's tipped up front, and Horita will set. And almost an errant hit, but Jade Fullerton able to get a hand on it and drop it into the middle of the Polar defense for a Mustang point.
Yeah, I think we've seen definitely the difference between the Mustangs and the Polars. The Mustangs, big hitters up front, aren't really big hitters. They kind of just are more into the gentler hits and hitting it where the defense is it.
Rita, that time slammed home by Fullerton as we finally see a kind of a full-out hit to your point.
I think Fullerton heard me say that, so she was like, I got to show this guy up.
20-14 is the Mustangs trying to go on a little bit of a run. Rodriguez for the third time, John. It looks like she's bailing out the serve from the Mustangs as that one finally sails out of the back of the end zone there, and it's a Polar point.
Yeah, the Mustangs are going on quite a nice little run right there. Unfortunately, they just crushed that one out of bounds.
Stenman and her a bit mixed up there as
you hear a player say, where are you going?
Looks like Mounds View picks up a point because of it. And that is a rule that I'm not familiar with.
I think it's just too many seconds occurred by the time North got the ball. I mean, that's not something you like to see if you're Coach Blanda. We were talking about how North does the little things. That's not something I've ever seen in our couple of years of broadcasting.
That's a first for me.
I don't know.
Nonetheless, it's a fortunate point for the Mustangs. And we'll see if they can take advantage of it. Far set this time, Franco, and net violation, I believe, that time by the Mustangs results in a Polar point.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen very much either. I've never seen so many net violations. I don't know. Mustangs they're going to have to practice that this week, realizing where their toes are on the court.
Nice serve by Stenman results in a free ball for the Polars as Kang slams one far side, but it sails out of play.
Oh, Mustangs are only down by 6 now. They're making, they didn't get down. They had the lead in the early going. And then they were getting crushed here a couple minutes ago. Now they're only down by 6. Anything can happen right now.
Denny to serve. She sends it up. Kang plays it. Stenman the back set for Kang. And it's tipped at the line. This time a back set as Rodriguez slams her over. Horita sets, and that's another Mounds View point. A good job by Abbott that time, keeping the ball in play.
I think sorry, Jeb. I think you're seeing, the difference Yaisa Franco has really made up front for North. Ever since she's been out, the Mustangs have gone on a run, and Stenman hasn't been getting the ball very much either. North needs to go back to what they were doing right with those three, Rodriguez, Franco, and Stenman, and get back to it.
And the deadly Jenna Rebelke comes in to serve for the Polars as they try to put away set number 2.
4 kills, 4 aces so far.
Horita tips it into the soft spot of the defense again. Heads up play by the senior.
Leads down to 5. Polars only need 2 points, but now the Mustangs have the serve. If they can keep this alive, they can make this one a set here.
Fullerton to serve. It's a good one as Rebelke's got to go down and get it. Nice tip that time, but a good recovery by the Mustangs. And the left hand by Fullerton. Just not enough to get it over, and now a match point for the Polars.
Yeah, Fullerton just needed to put a little more touch in the head. I don't think she knew where she was on the court.
And Martinez's serve comes up just a bit short. And so a little bit of extra life as the Mustangs see if they can go on a run here, as it's match point for the Polars. Rita sends it over, and again Franco, this time just a little much as that one falls out of play. And Horita and the Mustangs live to see another point.
Unfortunately, I think it's just a little too late here, Jeb. I mean, I know they're only down by 4, but stopping North from getting 1 point here is going to be tough.
Herr sends it up. Stenman the set. And that time, Rodriguez slams her home. The block goes out of play, and set number 2, John, you call it, 25-20. The Polars take the first 2.
Yeah, the Polars really look bad, at the early going. They're, like I was talking about, they made a lot of mistakes that they don't really make as a team. Even being out of rotation there at the end of the set is very rare for them. Stenman only with 1 point in that second set. North still looked sloppy that whole set, and they still dominated this Mounds View team. Very impressive.
Yeah, the Polars certainly, like you said, going to be fun to watch, man. They do a lot of things right. And they all are kind of keep covering for each other at all times. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they know where each other is on the court at all times, and they can hit the ball wherever. I mean, they know who needs to be in what place at what time and step up if somebody's not there.
Folks, we want to remind you to join us on all of our social media platforms between Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah, you can always find our YouTube highlights or versions of the game. Even today's game will probably be uploaded on YouTube once the game airs tomorrow, as well as follow us on twitter.com/SCCTV Sports. There's always good content on there. We're always looking for stuff for our social media montage on Sports Path, as well as our Sports Path episodes are on YouTube as well. If you want to see my beautiful mug, or you be the judge. But our Instagram, we're starting to get going a little bit. So give us likes, give us follows. Lots of good stuff there on our social media accounts.
And you talked about the old Sports Path and that fantastic show with you and Sam Erickson airs every other Wednesday, correct?
Yeah, we have a lot of great guys behind the scenes, great camera operators and everything, volunteers. If you're just trying to get there's the Sports Path logo right there. That just gets me all riled up. Our next Sports Path will be next Wednesday, live at 7 p.m. I'm not sure the exact date of that. It'll be October 4th.
To be exact.
Yeah, October 4th to be exact. So, me and Sam Erickson, Sam's the star of the show. He's great at what he does. It's a fun time there at Sports Path.
You have the face for TV. Sam definitely has the face for radio.
Oh, I got the face for radio. See? There we are. And thanks for our beautiful camera operator right there, from
And we
getting us on here.
Absolutely, we appreciate all the work that all of the volunteers on camera do, and everyone in the truck that help make SCC TV.
You can even get on TV like Jeb's kid over here. He just
Caleb getting some free airtime there, is sneaking in behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a sweep here tonight, Jeb. This North team is just way, way too good. They have a lot of good moving pieces. It's really next man up. Who's going to step up for what set? The first set, it was more Stenman and Franco, and then the last set, Rodriguez had a few nice kills, and it was Rebelki with some aces. You know, anybody can step up on this team. It's very impressive.
Yeah, as you see the Metro East standings there, we get set for a big, big Metro East matchup tomorrow night as the two giants at the top of the leaderboard there, the Pioneers from Hill Murray and the Polars here tonight from North St. Paul match up.
Yeah, you know, North St. Paul is going tomorrow to play the house that Claire Westby built, Hill Murray, this volleyball program. Very solid team. Lots of it should be a heck of a matchup tomorrow, Jeb. I'm kind of sad we're not on it because we won't get her. We can't call games at Hill Murray. You know, we got to do the Fab Four.
Yeah, and that would be a fun one to watch as both teams are very well balanced. A lot of pizzas. This really just kind of comes down to, you know, the little things and the net violations and the errant serves and stuff of that nature. But both teams very well-rounded. But take a look at the QRF standings as we continue to talk about it. And you see where both, where the Polars come in there on those standings.
Yeah, the Polars, you know, coming in, you know, right towards the middle of here, these standings. You know, they're behind some very good teams here. Stillwater, Shakopee, Egan, #1. But I think this team can match up with any of them. This team is so athletic, and I think that's what you see the difference between Mounds View tonight and North St. Paul. Mounds View just does not look like they have the same skills that North St. Paul brings to the table. North St. Paul, they got quickness, they got strength, they got size, and that's showing tonight in the scoreboard.
Absolutely. Martinez and Franco up front, making it challenging for any of the hitters for the Mustangs to really get good, solid contact. We've seen a lot of kind of errant attempts that have fallen in a couple of times for some luck points, if you will. But on the other end, like you touched on, some of the big hitters like Stenman and Rodriguez for the Polars, where they're literally getting their entire body into the serve.
Yeah, Stenman, she just winds that arm up and crushes the ball into the middle of the court. Like, it's just fantastic how well she does. And then Franco, she not only, you know, has some amazing kills with her strength, but she also has some great touch to get the softer kills over there. What we've seen a lot tonight from Mounds View is the soft kills. You know, if I'm them, go for all the strength kill. Or maybe they, like I said, maybe they just don't have that ability to do that with these group of girls.
Sandifer will set us out for set #3 as it's sent over. And the quick hit by the Mustangs tipped around at the line as Stenman keeps it alive. Back set for Rodriguez is tipped at the line and now rolling across the top. An unfortunate bounce for Abbott in the Mustangs. The Polars will strike first.
We will be having a post-game interview for you guys. Not too sure who we're going to have out there yet, but we'll decide here in the third set.
Sent over again. Now Abbott plays it. Stenman's there for the Polars. Back set for Rebelki as Vo plays it up, and then a nice tip there by Horita. Both teams kind of playing the mind game. Franco tips to the corner and again is able to catch the Mustangs out of position and find that opening.
There's that touch I was talking about, Jeb, just a couple seconds ago. That's Franco's 5th kill of the night. You know, it seems like she's got a lot more, but she's had some great stops as well.
Horita sets for Abbott as it's tipped at the line by the Polars. Sandifer far set. Stenman slams it home into the open.
Filthy, Jeb, filthy. The strength she put behind that ball on the far side of the court from where she was. Impressive placement and strength put on at the same time.
3-0 now. The Polars lead it. Set #3. They won the first two. Abbott again, and Rebelki able to get a hand on it. Sandifer sets for Stenman. This time Vo is there. Tipped around and a good recovery by the Polars. Horita sets, Abbott tips, backside, her with a diving stop. And Rebelke unable to get it over, but a nice job by Charisma Her to keep that one alive.
There's the athletic director, Jed Helwig for North St. Paul. You know, he might be in our new segment on Sports Path, where we bring the AD in for a couple-minute talk. Or on the phone, excuse me.
Stenman sends that one over, and the Mustangs bounce it out of play. And 3-0 early lead here in set number 3 as Selena Rodriguez will go back and serve for the Polars. Tipped up, Stenman again sends it down. The Mustangs able to keep it alive momentarily, but Franco shuts the door.
Franco just made that look way too easy. She just like put her arms up, gently tapped it down like she knew, like you know, I'm a boss and this is just gonna fall right in for a point for me.
5-1 now, the Polars lead it. Horita with a quick set, and again the Polars momentarily able to keep it alive, but that eventually falls in for the Mustang point.
See, Mounds View has needed to be doing that all game. You know, Horita just, you know, striking that ball with a bunch of force, and North couldn't react. You know, the more strength you put on the ball, the more likely you are to get a point because it's going to be tougher to handle.
Emma Elms now back to serve for the Mustangs as they trail 5-2 early in set number 3. Trying to push a game number 4 and find that first win tonight. Tipped around at the line, the Polars keep it alive. Now the Mustangs, Horita sets. That time able to get some velocity behind it, but Her is there. Back set, Rodriguez, Elms keeps it up. Horita sets, and it's tipped to the corner. Rodriguez again keeps it alive. And now King, and a good job by the Mustangs, catching King a bit off guard, and they end up picking up a big point there.
Yeah, great job by both teams to keep that ball alive. Great digs all around, very impressive. And Mounds View, you know, gets the payoff on that one.
Elms again sends it over. Rodriguez up front, and this time a heads-up play by the Mustangs right at the line. That time it was Reynolds able to tap her in for the point.
Yeah, Reynolds with their second kill of the night. You know, they have nobody over 2 kills. Galvin and Reynolds both with 2.
Rodriguez, and now Her the back set again for Rodriguez. That one catches Horita off guard a bit. It's a Polar point and a 2-point lead here in set number 3.
Yeah, the Polars, you know, expect them to make a run right here. Now they got the serve. Charisma Her is good at serving. The libero just, you know, she plays all over the court, but she can serve it over as well.
Horita the set. Slam that time. Oh, looks like there might have been touched or it found its way in. Nonetheless, it's a point for the Mustangs as Denny with the kill. It looked like it was going to sail deep, but
yeah, I thought that was way out of the line, so must have just trickled in there.
Vo sends it. This time a little much, and that sails out of the back. 7-5, a 2-point lead for the Polars as Stenman goes back to serve.
Yeah, free points is really never what you want to give North. And, you know, Mounds View has really been giving a lot of points away with penalties and serves tonight.
Elms plays it up, and the pass is just out of the reach of any of the other Mustangs, and so it's another ace for Lauren Stenman to add to her stat line tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it went off Elms' arm, just a little funny.
This time played up front, and a net violation again by the Mustangs results in a Polar point.
Yeah, 2 points. You know, you're down by 2. You give them 2 easy points on violations or a violation and a missed serve, and look, now you're down by 4.
Stenman again sends it over. Horita sets, tipped at the line, and the Mustangs will pick up the point as Denny with another big kill for the Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs looking good up front. I think they heard me talking here, you know. Fullerton with 3 points now. She leads the way there for Mounds View.
And Elise gets the bounce. Stenman the back set. King, but both Fullerton is there for the tip along with, I believe, Ellie Horita.
Yeah, this front line's finally showing up here for Mounds View in the early going. Down by 2. Let's see if they can go on a run.
Brooks again now to serve, sends it over. Rodriguez plays it up. Stenman the back set for Selena Rodriguez. Horita sets as Brooks taps it into the middle. Herr plays it up as Kang is tipped at the line. Stenman again back set for Rodriguez, but Vo is there. Horita far side, tipped again, and Reagan Denny comes out in this set number 3 with a couple of big points for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Denny, now has 3 points, 2 in this set. Great job by her, just getting those arms up, being right where she needed to be.
Mustangs crawl back within 1. It's 9-8 as Brooks sends a soft one over. Kang is there. Stenman the far set. Tipped around, and Horita's able to keep it alive. Vo taps it into the middle. Now Stenman for Franco, and a couple of Mustangs there. And again, the Mustangs now with a nice little run here as they're able to pick up some points. We're all tied at 9 here in set number 3.
Yeah, Horita just getting the point once again. Horita now with her second point of their second kill of the night.
Brooks sends it over. Herr plays it up. Stenman slammed home. This time the Mustangs able to keep it alive as Vo from the backcourt. Far side, Kang. And that time it bounces off a Mustang player, and it ends up dropping in for the North St. Paul Polar point.
Yeah, Polars, they needed a point there. They had to stop the bleeding. They had a nice 4-point cushion. Now it's only 1. Was 0.
Rebelke back to serve, sends it over. Horita sets. Fullerton sends one to the back that Herr passes up. And now Rodriguez, and that one just drops in front of Elms for the North St. Paul point.
Yeah, Elms, she's great at getting digs, but Rodriguez put that one a little bit out of reach, and that's Rodriguez now 6th kill of the night. When we were doing the Roseville game, she had 7 kills in the first set.
That one sails out of the end. So a 1-point lead for the Polars, 11-10. As back to serve for the Mustangs now is Denny. And she goes far side. Rodriguez plays it. Stenman the back set for Rebelke. As Horita sets, Fullerton slams one home for a Mustang point.
The Mustangs front line, I'm telling you what, they look very impressive here this third set. I think they definitely heard me talking because they've stepped up. Some great kills, some great blocks, fantastic.
Denny again sends one over. Rebelke plays it up. Stenman far side. Rodriguez is blocked at the line. Rebelke keeps it alive. Oh, a nice spot by Rodriguez. The back hit, able to find the tape as a diving Denny could not keep it alive.
Wow, was that so impressive. She put that one right on the line, and Denny just couldn't do anything with it because she was right on the line diving for it.
Denny plays it up. Horita the far set. Slam down, but Rebelke is back. Far side now, tipped around as Denny plays it up. Horita again sets, and Rodriguez is there. This time, Zakruski gets on the board with her first kill tonight.
Yeah, first kill tonight. That's very surprising to me. She's, one of the 2 seniors on this team.
Horita sets backside as Brooks sends one deep, and that sails out of play. It's 14-11 North St. Paul now. As another timeout by head coach Tom Waco as they look to try to find a way to win a match here to send us on to the 4th game.
Yeah, he's not very happy over there, and that's why he called that timeout. His face is absolutely disgusted. And then now we're going to take a look at the 4-3A standings. As you see, North St. Paul, sitting at number 10 right now, right behind Stillwater and right in front of Mounds View. So we'll see if, how far North jumps up on that QRF with today's win. Likely win, excuse me. But as we talked about, they've lost twice to Stillwater this year, so they're not going to be able to jump Stillwater unless Stillwater loses out. But right now they're on a 6-game winning streak, so very impressive Stillwater team over there.
Absolutely. 14-11 here in set number 3. The Polars in the lead as they try to take the 3rd match and sweep the series here. We talked about in our last broadcast how The Polars have been impressive during the regular season, especially against the Roseville Raiders, but have fallen short in the finals. We'll see if this year is their year to get over the hump and move on in playoffs, postseason play.
It'll be tough, Jeb. You know, they got a good team to do it. So I think if this is the year they get to the state championship, or if they're going to do it at any time, this is it.
Interesting play there as a punishing serve that time by Fullerton. Caught, I think, her right in the chops off the deflection. Again, slamming one home. Rebelke's there as Stenman tries to set for Rodriguez, slightly out of her reach. And it ends up dropping for another Mounds View point.
Looks like that was a nice timeout, Jeb. It's all tied up, 14-14.
Fullerton has, that one's going to sail a bit deep, but pretty packed quite the punch on the first couple of serves there.
Yeah, she definitely got her money's worth on those serves and getting her team tied at the a couple seconds ago. Now they're down by one.
Sandifer serves now for the Polars. Vole plays it up. It's tipped around and off of the right arm of Sandifer. And we are back tied now at 15.
You see the replay right here, just putting some good touch on it. Sandifer really, at an awkward angle trying to hit that ball, so great job there.
Now Horita back to serve as she sends one over. The bottom drops out of it. And a net violation. Neutral zone infraction, essentially. As the sliding Polar player crossed over the middle line there.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes here, at that middle line, just going a little too far over as Mounds View hits one out on the serve.
Horita got that one to drop, an impressive ace there as you can see the bottom kind of drop out of her serve. It's impressive, almost like a sinker in baseball.
Yeah, her and Elms definitely know how to do that. It's impressive.
Sandifer this time sets on the back for Rebelke, but Vo is there. Horita far set, tipped at the line. And now right in front, and that time Franco slams it home for the Polar point.
Yeah, the Polars cut the lead of Mounds View to 1. Very surprising that Mounds View is even able to take the lead here in the third set. So we'll see if Rodriguez can tie it up right here.
Horita sets on the backside, and it's slammed over by Abbott. A nice job there finding an opening.
Yeah, nothing really Rodriguez can do on that hit. It was just right in a huge empty space where she would have had no chance of reaching it, so she just watched that one go by.
Now Elms back to serve for the Mustangs as Her plays it up. Sandifer sets and Stenman slams her home for another Stenman kill.
Yeah, 11 kills now for Stenman. 3 since the first set. Very surprising she had 8 in that first set. So, they need to get back to her if they want to win this set.
Her sends it over. It's played up. Diving play by Horita. A nice job by Vole playing it over. Now Her sets. King sends it over. Vo sets far side this time. Tipped around, and it's a Mustang point as they're able to knock her in. Mackenzie Galvin on the kill for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Galvin, she's got her third kill of the night here.
Sent over. King plays it, and a set again for Stenman. And that one sails out of play. First time I think we've seen Stenman miss the kill, essentially.
Yeah, very rare, Jeb. She's normally got perfect placement.
20-17 now. Mustangs with the 3-point lead as they'll increase it to 4 as that one sails out of play.
Mounds View is setting themselves up as Coach Blanda for North will call a timeout. And boy, do they need it right now, Jeb. They were looking like they were going to get the sweep, but I don't know on this third set, excuse me.
Yeah, the little bit off kiltered there, and so Blanda with the timeout, try to reset a little bit and see if they can find a way to get this one tied back up and see if they can sweep the series.
Yeah, nice shot right there, the huddle. Well, I'm not going to guess what she's saying in that huddle because, I've never been in a volleyball huddle before, but I am going to guess it's,
not
hey,
yet.
guys.
Not yet, you know.
Yeah, not yet. Maybe I could, pull. You ever seen that NBA player who went into the opposing team's huddle and they kept him right in there? Maybe I could pull one of those sly moves.
We talked about how the Polars could not get by the Raiders when we got into postseason play last year. We take a look at how the standings fared out last year. You could see the Polars impressive. Only 4 losses on the season in 2016.
Yeah, 8-0 in conference, beating Hill Murray last year. 22-4 overall. I got to imagine that they're going to be around that same record again. Maybe they go undefeated. I'm not sure, but they got to win this third set right here first.
And so Vol will serve for the Mustangs as Kang plays it up. Sandifer back set for Rodriguez is played off by. And the Mustangs pick up another big point on the far side. It's Galvin. And they are on their way here, 22-17, to picking up their first win.
Yeah, I think they're tied for their biggest lead of the night right now. And that one's going to go out, and it gives Polars life. Instead of going down by 6, they're now only down by 4. Not what you want to see from your Mounds view, especially with Stenman back to serve.
22-18. She sends one over. It's played up. Horita tips it around. Her is there. Stenman the back set. And again, almost a defensive play that time by the Mustangs to keep it alive. Stenman sets. And now Vo will set backside. Tipped around a bit and kept up as Her plays it over. And now the Mustangs look to get set. Tipped around and out of play. And again, Galvin comes up big. Excuse me, that might have been Fullerton on the tip. Nonetheless, it's a Mustang point and a 23-18 lead.
Yeah, they're up by 5 now with the serve. Good chance to win this set.
Elise Brooks back to serve.
And she's had some trouble tonight.
Tipped around a bit as Rodriguez again will send it over. Horita tapped around. Her keeps it alive. And it's another Mustang point. Unable to keep it alive is what the judge indicates. So it's match point for the Mustangs. We'll see if Brooks can close this one out for Mounds View.
Yeah, very impressive bounce back set here for Mounds View if they can win it.
Stenman sets far side. Tipped at the line. It's kept alive. Now Zakruski unable to keep that one alive, and so the Mustangs will pick up set number 3. They'll force a set 4 as they take the final 25-18.
Yeah, very surprising win right there. It really looked like North had that set in hand, and they just let it slip away, and then they kept making little mistakes. I mean, at one point they were up by over 5 points in that set, and they just made some mental mistakes, a couple penalties, a couple serves into the net. Once again, they go away from Stenman, and she still has only had I believe 3 or 4 kills since that first set. They got to get the ball back to her. Rodriguez just too many times hits she's great at getting kills, but a lot of the time she hits it into the net as well. Stenman really doesn't have that problem.
So we'll see if the Polars can take away the series here. And folks, we want to remind you to check out our other SEC shows, including Inside Healthcare. Jody Ritaka brings you this monthly show, providing tips and up-to-date information on healthcare issues. Many of the show topics often relate to women's health. The show airs every Wednesday and Thursday at 6:30 on the SEC Community Channel, Comcast Channel 19, or Channel 801 in high def. That's Inside Healthcare right here on SEC TV.
Yeah, great programming as always. You can find that show on YouTube if you don't catch it as well. I was very surprised at that set, Jeb. I mean, I thought North was going to take this in a sweep. My bags were packed. We started packing up the truck. We were ready to leave, but Mounds View, just actually dominated on almost every facet of that set.
So we'll see if the Polars can find a way to take set number 4. close this one out.
It would
Not too many sets that the Polars have lost this season.
Yeah, the Polars, they've lost. This is the third set. Yeah, they lost all year, so they've had a lot of sweeps going on, sending folks home early, letting them go home, catch some Z's, watch Netflix, do whatever they got to do at night, eat some ice cream, who knows.
After a win, why not?
That sounds good right now, Jim. Go home and watch Sports Path, some SEC TV, maybe watch their games, their highlights to see how they can improve. I mean,
yep, got to watch some film. Always getting better.
Yeah, Coach Blana, she's looking real serious here, even though all you can see is the back of her head, the ponytail, well put together hair right there, but she's got a very serious face on right now. Doesn't look happy at all. And I think she knows this team is 10 times the team that Mounds View is, and they should have won that last set.
Yeah, a little bit of a slight letdown, but I'm sure they'll come out flying here in set number 4 as they try to close this one out.
I'm sure she threatened them with some conditioning. That'll get you to come out firing, right? Yeah, they really need to get Stenman going, Jeb. As I said, 11 kills on the day, only a few since that first set where she practically won that set for North herself. They need to get her, Rodriguez, and we haven't really called Franco too much since that set, the early second set, so they need to get those going as well as Zakruski. Zakruski's been awful quiet tonight. She needs to get going.
We'll see what head coach Blanda and the Polars put together here for set number 4 as they get underway. The Mustangs will start it out as Ellie Horita will serve for Mounds View. She sends one back as Rebelke plays it up. Stenman sets Zakruski with the slam, but the Mustangs are able to keep it alive. The Polars jump on the board first as that one catches the netting.
Yeah, number 7 there for Mounds View. Just hitting it straight into the net. That's Sydney Abbott, the outside hitter. Just 5'8" senior. Just misjudging the hit of that ball.
Sandifer plays it back, and a heads-up play by Angel Vo as she ducks, and that one sails out of play, and now tied up at 1.
Yeah, Sandifer has had a lot of trouble serving the ball. I feel like this was the same story in the Roseville game. She just hits it too hard, and she hits a lot of them out of bounds.
And that one catches Rodriguez up high, but able to keep it alive, and that catches the divider. An unfortunate break for the Polars as Rebelke tried to play it behind, and that one caught the divider.
So I'm guessing if it catches the divider, it's automatically the other team's point, which is very unfortunate, and that's why I always hate that these games are played in basketball courts.
Sent over as Herr plays it up. Again, far set. Stenman slams another one home. Again, Mounds View with no answer for Lauren Stenman.
Stenman with her 12th kill of the night. The backbone of this team, just a sophomore. So impressive.
Bounced around. Sandifer is there. Now Herr will set in the middle. Rodriguez taps it in. 2 players die for the Mustangs to keep it alive. Now Sandifer sets again. Stenman off the hands of the Mustangs defense. Now far side, and 2 Polar players are there as King and Franco go up, but unable to keep it in play. It's a Mounds View point.
Yeah, we've already seen them try to get Stenman more points here in the early going than we have, to start the other few sets. So they can get her going, get her, maybe have the same first set as she does this set. We'll see what happens.
Sandifer sets as King slams her home, but the net violation again on the Mustangs results in a Polar point.
Yeah, they're going to go back and just see how many unforced penalties that they had this game for Mounds View, and they're going to be very disgusted that you just give so many points away to such a good team.
Horita, the quick set, and this time they catch the Polars a bit off guard as that drops in for a point. And again, it's Jade Fullerton for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Fullerton now with her 6th kill. She's leading this team in kills by at least 3. Very good job here the last 2 sets for Fullerton.
Now Brooks sends it over. Rodriguez plays it up. Sandifer the set. And easy play for the Mustangs to keep it alive. Sandifer now, and that time a good job, as first time tonight we've seen Stenman go with the tip opposed to the kill, but I think where the set was placed didn't allow her to really wind up.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right on that, Jeb. Maybe she just tried to get too cute with it. I'm not sure. I think you're more right than I am on that one.
Sandifer the far set. King slams one home, but Vo is there. Bounced around, now backside. Rodriguez keeps it up. Sandifer, and again, Stenman sends it to the back. Bounced around, and that one is just out of play as Fullerton just missed her mark. It's a polar point, and Lauren Stenman will go back to serve as the Polars trail 5-4 here, early set number 4. Good pass there for the Mustangs, but Fullerton unable to capitalize there. She catches the net.
There's Zakarewski, a name we haven't heard very much, getting a nice block, getting her team to tie game.
Stenman again sends it over. Brooks plays it up. Vo far side. And for the second time, Fullerton unable to come down on it, has caught the net on 2 kill attempts.
Yeah, Fullerton, just misjudging her last 2 hits, and those could have been huge points for the Mustangs.
Horita far side. This time able to get it over was Fullerton. And her will play it over for the Polars. Again, Rodriguez with a good pass. And the Mustangs pick up the point there.
Another line violation, I think that was. That's I can't even count on my hand how many that's been tonight.
6-6 all tied, set number 4. As Denny will serve. Stenman far side. Bounced around a bit. And now a nice kill there, but her with an impressive dig. And that is beautifully placed as they caught the Mustangs in mid-air that time. A nice job by Selena Rodriguez.
It really seemed like it was in slow motion, didn't it, Jeb? She just kind of gently, grabbed the ball and pushed it back over and got the easy point.
Now Horita sets. Tipped at the line, able to keep it alive. An impressive play by Rodriguez. Couple of Polars diving around, and again Horita will set. Touched at the line. Stenman far set. So Rodriguez puts it to the back. Horita again the set. And that one drops inside. Nicely placed by the Mustangs. Number 7, Sydney Abbott.
All tied up here. I tell you what, Jeb, this Mustang team looks like they got some newfound energy here in this last set and a quarter. They look really good.
Fullerton to serve. Rebelke plays it up. Stenman, and another point. A line violation yet again on the Polars results in a Mustang point.
That's a 3rd foul this set for the Polars. Not looking good.
Sent over. Her plays it up. Stenman the back set. Rebelke plays it back. Now Horita tips it over. Stenman keeps it alive. Rebelke. Now Rodriguez to the back. And now the Mustangs send one over, and again a diving Rebelke unable to keep it alive as that one drops in. Sydney Abbott back-to-back points for the Mustangs.
I tell you what, ever since the coach for Mounds View called a timeout when it was 14-11 in the 3rd set, this Mounds View team has looked like they're on it and they're on their game now. I don't know what he said to him, but he must have said the right words.
This one sails deep, and so the Polars will get a much-needed break there as they trail 9-8. As Tally Martinez goes back to serve for the Polars. Horita, quick set and a quick point as Fullerton's there to knock her home. Yeah. Excuse me, that was Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds just put that ball right where it belonged, where none of the defense wasn't. Just perfect hit on that one.
10-8. The Mustangs lead it. Rita sends it over. Her plays it up. Stenman a far set, and this time Rodriguez slams it home down the line, and nothing that Denny could do to try to keep that one alive.
Yeah, Rodriguez now with 8 kills on the night. Stenman with 12. Franco with 6.
Rita sets far side, and that one will drop in front of her. And the ball in front of us. 11-9 now. The Mustangs lead it here. Nearly halfway through set number 4. They trail 2 games to 1. Trying to force a game 5. Her plays it up. Sandifer back set. Rebelke was there. Now Horita set for the Mustangs. Tipped at the line, and that's what the Pullers needed there.
Yeah, Pullers now down only by 1. As there's Franco, you know, the first time she's gotten a kill in quite some time.
Just out of play sails Rodriguez's serve, so tough break there. The Pullers unable to really get on a run here. It's been mainly Mustangs. Most of their points have came off of
a lot of bad serves, Jeb. I think that's what that is. You know, Rodriguez has 1 ace on the night.
Back corner, and that drops in. A nicely placed ball there by Franco.
Yeah, Franco, you know, a name we haven't heard much here, and now she's got 8 kills for the team.
Horita sets for the Mustangs. Tipped around, and it looks like they may have caught the net a bit on the attempted block, and so the Mustangs now 13-11 they lead it, and Brooks goes back to serve.
Yeah, Brooks has had some trouble serving tonight. She's hit the net a lot.
Rodriguez plays it up. Sandifer the quick set, and the Mustangs scramble. That one drops in. Kind of a bad break for the Pullers there.
Yeah, this game is looking, you know, I don't know what's going on with North. I think they need a timeout here because their team just looks slower than they did at the beginning.
Her plays it up. Sandifer the back set, and Stenman catches the top of the tape. 15-11 now for the Mustangs here.
And it looks like they could easily extend their lead here.
Rodriguez plays it up. Sandifer the back set. Stenman forced to tip it. She catches the net yet again. It's another Mustang point. And I think you're right. Stephanie Blanda needs a timeout here to calm this North St. Paul team down as the tables have turned quite a bit.
Yeah, down by 5 now. This is getting a little out of reach right here.
This time Kang, and there's 2 Mustang players staring over the top of her.
There's about to be a timeout here, Jeb. Coach Blanda's about to get it, I think. Oh, I think she's talking to Kang here, number 3.
Rodriguez plays it up. Sandifer the back set. And that time, Stenman does what Stenman does. Slams one home. And a much-needed turnover on serves as Stenman will now serve for the Pullers. They trail 5.
Yeah, number 13 with 13 kills now, Stenman.
Good serve that time, and Horita will set for the Mustangs. Tipped at the line, and again, another net violation.
I think they've given away at least 5 of those in this set, Jeff. This is insane. That's the difference in the set right now. I mean, now you're down by 6.
18-12 to be exact, as Her plays it up. Stenman the set up front. Tipped at the line, but Kang is there. Now Kang will tap it down. Horita tries to bounce it over, and fortunate bounce as she catches the net there. Now Rebelke will come in to serve for the Pullers.
Yeah, Rebelke leading the team in aces today with 4. Hasn't got one since the second set.
And that one will sail in. Wow, I thought that was sailing deep. able to get her to drop in.
Oh, that fell in. I was counting that one already as Mounds views here on my scorecard.
Now Rebelke again. This one, Brooks plays up, tipped around, but Rebelke just a bit out of position.
Beautiful touch by Fullerton. Fullerton now, 8 kills I think she'll have. Beautiful touch, just gently putting it over the smaller Rodriguez, right where she wasn't, right on the line.
Rebelke plays it up. Stenman now the set. Rodriguez able to get it over, but the Mustangs tap her down. Again, Rodriguez this time will tip to the back. Bounced over, a free ball for North as they look to set things up. Bounced around, and now sent to the back, and that one will sail into our camera lady. And so North picks up the point. 19-15 they trail as Martinez back to serve. Looking to go on a run. Vole plays it up, tipped around, and held up by the Polars. Now Rodriguez sends it over. Horita far side. 2 North defenders right there with a big block and a big point.
You notice what they did, Jeb? They got all the taller girls up front. They got Franco, they got Franco, Stenman, and Zakaruski now all up front. As you see, Coach Waco right there, giving some guidance to Horita. But whatever he said at that timeout in the third set when they were down 14-11 is what they needed to hear. They've went on quite the run since winning that third set. And now they're looking like they're striving to win this fourth set here, make this go into the fifth one. Well, this could go all 5, Jeb, and you know us, we always call close games.
That is certainly true, and I don't think we haven't seen North go to a 5th set at all this season, so that would be certainly something else.
They never lost more than 1 set in a game, only 3 sets now all year, and looking like they could win their 4th. That's insane, Jeb. And how many games have they played so far? 10 games they've lost. This is their 11th, and they just lost their 3rd set, the last set. That is insane.
That is quite the run, and they're looking to come back and take this 4th set and call it a night. Martinez sends a boomer over. Vo's able to play it. Horita sets for Vo, and she sends that one just out of play. Nearly snuck that one in.
Wow, that was awful close.
Right,
just a ball length behind there for Vo.
Martinez again now. Slams one over. Horita sets the quick set. A little bit errant as that one out of play. 19-18 now. The Polars claw within 1.
Coach Blanda with a nice timeout.
And another good serve by Martinez. Tapped around, and a beautiful job by Franco on the heads-up play. And again, that center presence of just being aware of the tip. And now they're tied at 19.
Yeah, Franco with 9 kills now.
Bounced around a bit, and 2 Polars again right there.
Let's see what they did. They started tag teaming. Zakaruski and Franco putting those 2 together, getting ready for the blocks, and that's made the difference here in these last few points.
Martinez again with another tough serve. Horita far side, tipped at the line. Rebelke's there. Stenman sets. Rodriguez is blocked at the line that time by Horita and Reynolds.
Yeah, Rodriguez, she hasn't been too great. 1 ace, 8 kills. She averages more than that per game, so very surprising here.
All tied at 20 as Horita sends one over. Her plays it. Stenman far side. This time Rodriguez slams her over. Now both again. The Polars there for the block. Bounced around, and they get the point. Kind of a delayed call that time by the official, but it does go the way of the Polars. 21-20, they lead it here late, set number 4.
It's about as close of a point as you can get.
Sandifer sends it over. Horita again, the set. Tapped around, but a net violation will get the point for the Mustangs now all tied at 21.
Another net violation, Jeb. North has got to be mad at themselves during this set.
Now Elms will serve for the Mustangs. Can't handle that one. And they trail now by 1 late in this set number 4. It's Emma Elms again back to serve for Mounds View.
This is going to be a close one, Jeb. This is going to be a close set.
Rodriguez plays it. Sandifer the set for Rebelke. Slams it home, but the Mounds View Mustangs are there and now able to pick up the point.
I don't know what the call was there, Jeb. I'm not too sure. A lane violation?
Nonetheless, we're tied at 22 as Rodriguez sends it over. Vo plays it up. Horita sets all the way to the back. Sandifer the set and slammed home by Franco.
Franco now with 10 kills on the day. Number 10 with 10 and number 13 with 13.
We'll see 23-22. Timeout by head coach Tom Waco. As this one is going right down to the wire. Kind of a run from both sides. We've seen about a 4 or 5-0 run on both ends.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes. Very sloppy play here in this fourth set by both teams, and especially by North. They could have had this one already in this set. You give Mounds View 8. I think it's eight points just off penalties. That gives them 14 points. You're up 23-14.
See if the Polars can close this one out as they've got Selena Rodriguez back to serve. As Waco tries to keep his team motivated. Whatever he said, like you said, in set number 3 must have been, they look like a whole different team. Set 3 and most of set 4 here.
Yeah, really, if you're a coach, though, you hate to, you would like it if you didn't have to call a timeout in order to rile up the troops and get them going and play how they have been playing. But, sometimes you just have to, just like a mound visit in baseball.
Rodriguez catches the top of the tape. That's new life for the Mustangs as we're tied at 23.
Rodriguez has had trouble all day serving, and it's been a little much. If you're her, eventually you just got to stop trying to drill the ball over the net and just get it over the net.
Vo sends it over. Is there. Sandifer the set. Nice job by Franco redirecting. Oh, she could have went down the middle like everyone thought. She played it off to the right. It was again another perfectly placed ball by Franco. Match point now. Let's see if the Polars can close it out with a huge slam by Fullerton for the Mustangs. And we are tied at 24.
Fullerton just coming out of right field. Watch this one. Perfect set. Boop. That one gets right in there. That was so beautiful. Number 9 with 9.
Plays it up now. Sandifer the back set. And again, Fullerton is right there for Martinez's back hit.
Kind of like the game of basketball. You got to win by 2.
25-24, the Mustangs lead it here. Match point for them.
In 21, in the game of 21, you got to win by 2.
Plays it up, and this time the Polars is unable to come up with it, and we will go to a game number 5. John, you said it. We call nothing but close games, and this one as close as it gets. The final 26-24. The Mustangs come away with the win. They force a game 5. And for you and I, lucky us, we will get to call yet another set.
You always got to love close games, Jeb. Fullerton just putting the team on her back there for Mounds View. And, getting them that close win. They showed a lot of grit and a lot of heart here in these last 2 sets. Coming from behind in the 3rd set, they were down, I think, at one point by 8. And then they ended up coming back and winning that set by a couple. And now they won this one. They just inked it out at a time where it looked like, they had the lead. And then they were only up 23-20. Or they were down 23-22, and then they scored, 4 out of the next 5 points in order to get the win, and they looked so impressive, like we talked about ever since that timeout. And if you're Coach Blanda, I don't know what you say to your team. They've just so many unforced penalties on that last set that it's just kind of disgusting to think about if you're a coach. Something that you drill into your players' heads time after time again. The little penalties give teams points, especially in volleyball. Like these unforced errors give teams points. No other sport does that. So they got to get it together.
Yeah, too many line and net violations from a team that's been pretty disciplined from what we've seen thus far. So a tough break, and it runs into set number 5.
Yeah, folks, we want to remind you to check out our other SEC shows, including Your Business Matters every month. Tom Snell and White Bear Lake Chamber of Commerce bringing a guest who's either a business owner in White Bear Lake or has some connection to the White Bear business community. This 20-minute show provides good insight into what issues are affecting many local business owners. And Your Business Matters airs every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and Friday at 9:30 p.m. on the SCC Community Channel, Comcast Channel 19, or Channel 801 in high definition. That's Your Business Matters, only on SCC TV. So it'll also be on YouTube the next day.
And there's head coach Blanda as she lets her team know, hey, it won't be the first time that we're going to face some adversity here in this season. Got to find a way to come out and find a way to get a victory.
Yeah, you can see the difference in the team's faces. North looks defeated right now. Mounds View is having a heck of a time over there. Nothing but smiles. They were A, expected to lose this game. B, they were down 2-0. And now, I think they know that they're in this game and they can win. And they have a good shot to upset an undefeated team.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on the Polars. And again, we've talked about it. Only 2 seniors, so, there's a lot of young players on this Polar team, and they have not yet even faced a game number 5 in a deciding match. So we'll see how they rise to the occasion. Nonetheless, it'll be a good experience as we get later into the season, where eventually this more than likely won't be the last time they're facing a set number 5.
Exactly, Jeb. Rodriguez, a junior. Rebelke, a freshman. Stenman and Franco, both sophomores. That's the whole team. Imagine when these girls are seniors.
Sandifer will start us out. She sends it over, tipped around, and Franco is there again to redirect the ball. So good at finding a way to go either left or right. It catches most of the teams off guard.
Yeah, 12 kills now. She's really picked it up here in the last set.
Sandifer again sends it over. Horita far side, tipped around. And again, Horita will back set. This time, Her plays it. Sandifer far side. Stenman slams one home, but Vo is there. Back and forth we go as Her plays it up. Sandifer far side again, and it's called, looks like a carry on Sandifer on the set, and so Mounds View picks up the point.
Yeah, 1-1 now. Yeah, as I was talking about, Franco, that the last set and now the beginning of this set, she's just carrying the team.
Now Her plays it up. Sandifer the quick set. Franco tries to go to the right. And this time is again able to catch Mounds View a bit off guard. Picks up the point. It's 2-1. North St. Paul leads it. Rodriguez will serve. Sends it over. Tapped around there. May have caught Fullerton off guard a bit. And that time again, a carry on Mounds View will get the point for the Polars.
Yeah, let's see if Rodriguez can correct the serve. Just get the ball over the net. Don't drill it into the net.
Horita back set. That time that sails out of play as Abbott with the attempted kill. 4-1 the Polars now. Trying to create some distance here in set number 5. Horita, quick set, back corner, nothing anyone could do there. That was just a beautifully placed ball by the Mustangs.
Yeah, Reynolds just putting that one where they weren't, now getting her 5th kill. You know, as we were talking about, nobody has as many kills or even close to as many for Mounds View as North does, but, you know, they're just doing an all-around team effort. Everybody just sprinkling in a few kills here and there.
And the serve over. Rodriguez plays it up. Sandifer sets as Kang sends it into the back. This one tipped around. Sandifer again, back set. And Rodriguez unable to get it up and over the net as it catches the net. 4-3.
Nice job by the libero Vo for Mounds View, calling that one off and putting that one back over the net when Elms was calling for it as well. But you're the libero, you take that one yourself. That's what you're meant to do.
Kang plays it far side as Stenman knocks it over. Rita sets, tipped around. Rodriguez is there. Now Stenman again sends it into the middle. And bounced around, and Mounds View picks up the kill right out in the middle there. And we are tied at 4.
Yeah, that was once again Serena Reynolds, the senior, just coming up big for her team, all tied up once again.
And now Elms back to serve.
She's got some great serves.
Sends it over. Sandifer the back set. This time Franco down to the right side. Horita's there. And again, Horita catches the defense off guard as she drops one into the soft spot of the D.
You know what I've noticed, Jeb, is that the Mounds View front line and even their middle line is playing a lot closer to the net because North is really trying to do those tip kills, just putting the ball where they are, and they're right there for those short little kills.
Elms sends it over, and that one drops in play as Rodriguez thought it was going to sail out. It does not. It's a 2-point lead for the Mustangs.
Yeah, very surprising. Elms only has her third kill or third ace of the day because she's been putting the ball in a lot of great spots tonight, setting her team up with the good points, and she's been impressive.
And Elms again sends it over. Her Sandifer far side, tipped by King. Mounds View is ready for it. Now tipped around, and this time on the other end, the same play. And they catch the Polars off guard. And it's another pickup for Reagan Denny.
Yeah, Denny just gently pushing that one over.
7-4, the Mustangs lead it. Elms sends it over, and it's good for an ace.
You can just tell, Jeb, these teams are just two totally different vibes right now. Like North St. Paul, they're playing with their backs against the wall. They haven't lost a game yet this year, and they're playing like it because they're playing scared rather than aggressive. And Mounds View's just playing to have fun, looking to upset one of the best teams in the state.
Selena Rodriguez back in play for the Polars as Elms sends it over. Rodriguez, Sandifer, Kang slams it down, but Vo is there. Now Horita plays it over, this time unable to fool anyone. Stenman taps it. Elms far side. And the Mustangs again. Polars unable to keep the ball in play. And a 5-point lead for Mounds View. 9-4, they lead it.
Yeah, on a 5-0 run now.
And Elms again sends it over. Rodriguez, tough pass. Sandifer did what she could. And they've got Rodriguez and the Polars a little bit on their heels as head coach Stephanie Blanda noticed it and calls the timeout. 10-4, the Mustangs are on the verge of upsetting, like you said, the undefeated Polars.
And what did I say in the second set, or after the second set, when they were down 2-0, that they needed to get going? Their front line needed to be more aggressive, and that's exactly what they've done, and it's been a totally different ball game ever since. You've had Reynolds step up, you've had Denny step up, you've had Galvin step up. Like, these girls were playing like they should, and now they're beating one of the best teams in the state, looking to take this one home at North St. Paul. It's just a little mind-boggling how bad North's looked here in the last few sets, Jeb.
If the Polars end up falling short here tonight, as tough as it is to lose, your first match, if you will, it's also probably not the worst thing in the world when you look back on it, because
get a little monkey off your back.
You gotta learn how to take a loss every now and then, and it'll just make you a better team moving forward. So we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see if the timeout works in the favor of the Polars as they trail by 6. Elms sends it over. Sandifer the far set. King tips into the middle, but Horita is there. Vo the back set now. And this time Franco's there to shut the door. picks up the big block. Martinez will come in as Franco sits down.
Ooh, I don't like that. I do not like that. Franco is second on your team tonight in kills, and she's now sitting on the bench.
Her sends it over. Vo plays it up. Horita far side. Tipped at the line. Rodriguez got a hand on it, but not enough to keep it alive. Just like that, a quick turnover. Mounds View picks up the serve, 11-5, 6-point lead. Rodriguez plays it up. Sandifer tipped around by, and this time the Polars will pick it up on the carry. So a much needed point as Martinez steps up big for North.
Yeah, that was very much needed. They could have gone down by 7. Instead, they're down by 5. Let's see if Stenman can get some good aces right here.
Stenman catches the net. Tough break, and you can see the frustration on some of the Polars. They're not used to being in a position like this as they now trail 12-6.
They're playing like, look at this Mounds View front line girls. They're all smiling, they're all laughing, they're communicating. You're not seeing that from the Polars.
Brooks sends it over. Stenman the set far side. Zakruski. And there's 2 Mustangs there to shut the door.
Wow, has Fullerton been so impressive these last 3 sets. That's now her 11th kill. She's almost matched up with Stenman here. She's only two kills behind. Just what Mounds View needed, Jeb.
Rodriguez plays it up. Stenman a back set for Kane. And Vo is there. Horita taps to the middle. Trying to keep it alive as the Polars, and a beautiful play by Rodriguez.
I don't know, was that a line violation? Or a lift, according to the people in the truck? Wow, that could have easily been 1 point away. Wow, what a turn of events.
Nice job to bring some life to the Polars. We'll see if they can build on it. Sent over, Rebelke plays it up. Stenman the set, Rodriguez down the line. Horita, and it's tapped around, and another big point by the Polars. Now they cut the lead to 5, 13-8 later.
Now they got their ace, getting ready to serve. The freshman, Jenna Rebelke, with 5 aces on the night.
Sent over, Vo dives for it, kept alive, and this one comes right into our broadcast table.
Wow, was that close to being a point. That was less than a ball's length away. And the Polars get some much-needed bounces. That carry was huge for the Polars' momentum, Jeb. I mean, that's one of the luckier things I've seen happen. But that was all set up with Rodriguez. Rodriguez saving that ball near the padding on her side. That was a play. And a girl that hasn't had the best of nights, and for probably her own standards, that was what her team needed.
Absolutely, that was impressive. A huge play by Rodriguez. And folks, we want to remind you to check out another SCC show here on Channel 19. It's North St. Paul Notes. It showcases the city staff, business leaders, and local residents. Channel 16, if you could tune in, the SCC government channel every month to find out what's happening in the wonderful city of North St. Paul.
Not sure if that one's on YouTube.
Rebelke now will serve for the Polars. It's sent over. Horita, the back set for Brooks. Her is there. Stenman again to set. And Rodriguez this time sends it errant and deep. And it's now 14-9 Mustangs.
I think this is match point, Jeb.
And it could come down to this. Sent over. Her plays it up. Stenman backside for Rebelke. And a good spike there, but Horita sets. And that one lands in.
That's it, Jeb.
And the Mustangs stroll in to North St. Paul.
Are you kidding me?
And they upset the undefeated Polars, and they hand them their first loss in the 2017 season.
Wow, what a comeback by Mounds View. We will not be doing an interview now. Great game. Let's give a game ball to Jade Fullerton and Kashi and Serena Reynolds. Those two put the team on their back the last 3 sets. and they just had some great kills, some great stops up front. And I really think that North, they got away from, they tried to get too cute. They instead of spiking the ball full authority, they really went for the more gentler things that, you know, Mounds view, and North kind of switched roles from the first couple sets.
Absolutely.
It's very unexpected, but unfortunately, as you said, I think getting a loss off your back sometimes is for the good thing.
Yeah, something for them to learn about. It was a huge turn of events as North looked unstoppable in sets 1 and 2, and then something clicked. Halfway through set number 3, head coach Tom Waco said something to his team. It ends up, Indy, they take game 3, 25-18, game 4, 26-24 in a close one, and they close it out 15-9 to ultimately take tonight's match. So, very, very good night of volleyball. Unfortunately, the Polars come up short, but from all of us here at SCC TV, alongside John Miller, I'm Jeff Brand. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.